What's up, Cedar Park? First up, a Timberwolf comes home.
A new scholarship of the week, as well as a sports report.
And a brand new segment, Mic'd Up.
Turn it up because the Wolfcast starts now. Good morning, Cedar Park High School. I'm Abby Martinez, joined by birthday boy Jack Polishik and Katie Whitmarsh.
First up, let's take a look into our upcoming baseball season and also meet our new head baseball coach who actually graduated from CPHS.
Thanks, guys. As we get closer to baseball season, it's time to meet Coach Farst, the new head baseball coach. In 2005, Coach Farst graduated from Cedar Park High School, where he played baseball and football. After this, he graduated from the University of Nebraska and made his way back to CPHS.
It was a great opportunity that I had coming from school in Nebraska, moving kind of back into the area. They had a couple openings in order for that, and I was able to get my foot in the door here. After
student teaching, moving around the district, and eventually coming back to become a football coach and social studies teacher, Farst moved to Lake Travis in 2018, but he would soon be back.
So I got the head baseball job. When Coach Williams had left, that opportunity came open, and it was a very attractive job. You know, this is a great program, it's a great school, and all sports across the board, and so it was a great opportunity to come back.
Coming from Lake Travis, Coach Farst is now the head baseball coach here at CPHS and is looking forward to the coming season.
It will start up in late January, and then it'll go all the way until May, and then playoffs after that. Yeah, getting to know the guys. You know, this will be my first head coaching job. It's also first year back at Cedar Park High School, so just excited about everything. So far in the baseball season, got a great group of kids. They're working their tails off, and you know we're growing as a group, and we just keep working. The school's definitely changed a lot since I left and have now come back a few times. It's expanded, east wings, west wings. They've also renumbered everything, but as far as that, school is still the same bone structure, same culture, but it's a great place.
Be sure to root Coach Farst on when the season starts up this January.
Thanks, Reed.
Choir Coffee House is an event hosted by the CPHS choir program where singers gather around and perform for coffee goers and community every year. Coffee House on November 9th, singers and the community gathered around the stage to hear individual and group performances from members of the choir. The singers performed a variety of songs ranging from covers, original songs, and other genres. This year's students from all choirs were allowed to participate. Coffee House was a great way to get in the holiday spirit, get closer to friends and community, and enjoy the talent that choir has to offer.
Music is such an emotional, outlet in so many of our lives. It really gets to focus on that, gritty emotional, because you're in a coffee house, pouring out your feelings in song. It brings us closer together a lot because it just allows us to be vulnerable in a different way, in a more contemporary way than we usually are with our classical choral music. Sharing that vulnerability with our, peers is really important.
If you're interested in more choir, their upcoming performance is their winter concert on December 13th.
Every year, CPHS hosts its own Veterans Day ceremony. This year, students and staff alike are putting in all the stops to make this year's ceremony one to remember. Appearances from band, choir, Rho Kappa, and more showed up to pull off this year's ceremony. Rho Kappa teacher Miss Fortenberry explains the importance of these ceremonies and what students are doing to make this ceremony happen.
The display of stars in the front foyer of the school. Students and staff have created these to honor our friends, relatives, and graduates who were willing to protect our freedoms and the lives of many throughout the world. Be sure to view this display at some time in the next week, if you haven't already, to help us commemorate our CPHS family and friends.
We'd like to thank everyone who fought for our home and wish them a happy Veterans Day.
Up next, Kylie Young has your top 3 things you need to know for today. But first, these announcements.
Good
morning, CPHS. I'm Kylie Young, and here are the top 3 things you need to know this morning. First, the Wings Over Dallas show this past Saturday ended in tragedy as 2 planes crashed into each other mid-air, killing 6 people. Both of the planes were vintage warplanes owned by the commemorative Air Force nonprofit. The National Transportation Safety Board has been called in to investigate. Next, the Democrats keep control over the Senate after the 2022 midterm elections. After a close race for Nevada, it finished blue, ensuring that the Senate would keep the Democratic majority. Lastly, Chris Evans was named 2022's hottest man alive. During the interview with People magazine, Mr. Captain America mentions life after acting, one with a wife and kids. He still admits he will be slowing down his acting career. After 22 years in acting, Evans doesn't announce when he'll be slowing down, but only that it'll be soon. So I do know Chris Evans has a thing for like young brunettes, and I do turn 18 in a month.
Oh, well, Katie, you know who turns 18 today?
Jack! Hey!
Jack, how do you feel?
It feels great to be legal now and the ability to pay taxes.
You can vote.
A vote.
You're a little too late though.
There's some other stuff too. But
You
yeah.
can buy spray paint.
Spray paint. Yes.
Yes.
I can tag the walls.
Exactly.
It's gonna be awesome.
Well, thanks, Kylie. Coming up next, Katie and Reed have your Monday sports report. But first, this break.
This is CPHS Water Polo, and you're watching the Wolfcast.
Hello, Cedar Park, and welcome back to the Wolfcast Sports Report. I'm Katie Whitmarsh.
And I'm Reed Cummins.
First up, our volleyball team started the school year off right, winning game after game up until the first round of playoffs. This team's season came to an end after they traveled to New Braunfels to play Canyon in the bi-district game. The Lady Timberwolves fell 3-0, but overall this season finished 3rd in district with a season record of 26 wins to 19 losses.
Great job on this year's season, ladies, and as volleyball was starting to finish up, football was really kicking into gear. This past week, we traveled out to Smithson Valley for the bi-district matchup, and after a very cold and windy night, the game did not end our favor, sending the Black Rain home with a 30-7 loss.
That wraps up the 2022 football season, and now that fall sports are done, we can start moving into the Timber Dome for basketball season.
For the girls this year, the team has already proven to be something different than the rest. Right now, enjoying tournament season, we can expect the next home game for the Lady Timberwolves to take place over Thanksgiving break, so stay tuned for that.
And for the boys, their season opener game is tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. right here at home. Make sure to come out, be loud, and let's get this season rolling. That's all we have for you today with CPHS News. I'm Katie Whitmarsh.
And I'm Reed Cummins. Now over to Kira for your Scholarship of the Week.
Thanks, guys. I'm Kira Cox, and this week's scholarship is the Profile and Courage Essay Contest. This scholarship is for high school students. Requirements include a completed entry form and an essay. The scholarship is worth $10,000 and will be awarded based on an evaluation of the content. The deadline to submit an entry is January 13th. That's all I have for you today. For more information, you can check out their website, jfklibrary.org. With CPHS News, I'm Kira Cox. Back to you guys.
And before we go, we have the first episode of a brand new segment, Mic'd Up.
This is Rebecca, an aspiring trumpet player, a part of the CPHS band. She accepted to wear a microphone in an effort to see what goes on behind the scenes. This is Mic'd Up.
Who are you?
Who am I?
What's your name, Lane? What's your name? What's your name? What's Lane's name? Lane, what's your name?
I'm assistant feelings.
That's it?
I give the best relationship advice.
Give us your best bit of advice.
Yeah.
As an upcoming doctor.
Confidence is the best key.
Confidence is key.
Oh my God. Confidence is key. Yes.
What if you have too much confidence, though?
Too much confidence is like overdoing it. Speaking your mind, but not everything because you don't know what you're about to say.
Look, I got a tip. Yeah.
Are you all getting lunch? Tropical smoothie. Probably the only thing I can. Can I eat it?
You want, yeah.
On Monday, I coughed up. No, it's not. What do you say?
Go to Buc-ee's. Wait, go.
That is the end of Mic'd Up for today. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Reed. That's all we have for you today. Make sure you're keeping up with all of our content, so head over to our YouTube at CPHS News.
You can also follow at CPHS_sports for updates during the games.
Stay tuned for tomorrow's show about first-gen college students and info about Psychology Club.
Thanks for taking time to join us this morning.
With CPHS News, I'm Katie Whitmarsh.
I'm Jack Polishuk.
And I'm Abby Martinez. Remember, make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. Have a magnificent Monday, Cedar Park.